Hey guys, welcome back, and this is going to be another Jackie Chan themed video today, and it's going to be comparing the American version of the Hong Kong version of Police Story 4 First Strike, aka Jackie Chan's First Strike is how it's called here in America. And this was released in 1996 in Hong Kong, and then America a year later in 97 they released it because after success with Rumble in the Bronx, which I've done a comparison video of the international version and the original Hong Kong cut. So if you want to see a video of that, definitely check that out. And I also just did video comparison video of the international version and the Hong Kong version of Jackie Chan's Who Am I. So definitely go check that out if you want to. And growing up, this was one of the first Jackie Chan films I ever saw as a kid. I remember my uncle had the DVD, and I'd watch it a lot, and I love this movie. I still love it too. He had the DVD version, and this is the Blu-ray version. I have the DVD too, but I'm actually going to get rid of that. So if you guys want it, let me know in the comments below, and you can purchase it from me. I'll leave my eBay store in the link down below in the info box for you guys. And if you want to if you want to get any more Jackie Chan goodness, I have a lot of his films for sale down in the eBay store if you're interested. But yeah, this is one of the first ones I saw along with Rush Hour 2. One of this movie and those two movies, Rush Hour 1 and 2, made me the Jackie Chan fan that I am. It's just incredible. And just like the whole premise of the movie, I like. And Stanley Tong did a great job directing it, who also did Super Cop, and which is Police Story 3, and Rumble in the Bronx, and did some later stuff like The Myth, Kung Fu Yoga, and what was the other one he did? Vanguard, which is another good one, which I reviewed all those movies. So if you want to see reviews of those, feel free to check them out on my channel. Um, but yeah, so this one you can get on Blu-ray and DVD. The Blu-ray came out 2015. Looks great on Blu-ray, by the way. This bad boy I picked up last year. It was on eBay for $35. So, but it was well worth it. Couldn't find it anywhere else. It's a very rare release by a company called Funny that's actually not even really in business anymore. It's a Taiwanese DVD company. That's their logo right there. And here's the side. And this is actually I think like a re-release of this because the original the box art is actually blue and this is red, as you can see. Because one of my friends on YouTube, um, PerryFan77, and he has this copy as well, but it's a blue spine, so the spine's a little bit different compared to mine. But here's the back. The back's all in Chinese and stuff like that, but it's all regions, so you can play it anywhere in the world, which is awesome. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into the differences. Well, it's actually Perry fan 79, I think. I apologize, Perry fan, if I got that wrong. It's been a while since I've actually watched your videos, so I apologize if I get it wrong. But yeah, so the difference is that this movie, this particular cut is all dubbed in English. The original languages in this movie, it's a bunch of languages. You got Russian, Ukrainian, English, Cantonese, Mandarin, and everything that's not in English is completely dubbed over in English. And Jackie Chan provides his voice in the English dub, thank God, which is good. And this version, it doesn't have all the languages. It only has it in Mandarin, and everything's dubbed in Mandarin. And there's burnt in subtitles with the Chinese symbols, which is how it was released in Hong Kong. Well, not exactly, because they have the original dialogue in there in the original languages. They just had it subtitled like it is in this copy here, but on this particular DVD though, it's not in English at all. It's all dubbed in Mandarin actually, and there's like they edited out a lot of things. They changed a lot of the music. The music in here is a lot different compared to the music in here, and I think the music in here is actually a lot better than the music in here. I mean, the music's still good, but some of the stuff they use in some of the other Jackie Chan released movies, like Mr. Nice Guy, I noticed some of the music was used in here, and even in the Police Story and Police Story 2 American edits that were distributed by New Line also took some of the music from here, Mr. Nice Guy. So I thought that was very cheap of them to do that. Like, I don't know why they do that. Let's see. J. Peter Robinson did the music for this. I think he was very cheap to do that. Like, I don't know why he would do that, but it's what it is. Whatever. Yeah, so the beginning scene is a little bit different. Like, it's not like the intro here where it's a little bit longer and stuff like that. Shots of Hong Kong are obviously shown in both these, but this one goes into more depth a little bit, and it's a different score in the beginning than it is in this movie. And then when Uncle Bill talks to the guy that's working with them, uh, trying to find Natasha in the Ukraine, when he says that he wants to talk to Uncle Bill, Jackie basically um, goes out of the room and then tries to say like Natasha's last name, and he can't really say it that well because it's a weird sounding like Ukrainian name. And then he basically tells the guy tells Uncle Bill what's going on and stuff like that, and basically, Uncle Bill is telling him, that he has to go to Ukraine and stuff like that, and he's known as Jackie in this movie. His real name is Kakue Chan, but he does go by Jackie in the original version. It's just that like that's how the like American people call him Jackie. Like it's like a code name, I guess you could say, because that's not really his name, but that's what they give him as like a nickname for like a code name. I guess that because I guess they just went with that because he's Chinese and he has a Chinese name and everything. But yeah, and then the dialogue obviously is a lot different compared to this version. Like the original dialogue, like when he talks to Uncle Bill in the car, is a little bit different than it is in here, which is kind of weird too. The how that they changed like the dialogue completely from what it's originally what's originally being said, which I don't know why they continue to do that because they did that for the Rumble in the Bronx version, which if you want to see that, check out that video if you want to. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking about this in this video. But, and there's also like seconds that were cut out, like, there's like 1 second that's cut out from this. That's like where Jackie looks one way and then he looks the other way, and that was cut for some reason in this. I don't know why. And there's also like that's where he's following like Natasha and everything in the Ukraine and everything. He gets out of the car and then like he looks one way, he looks the other way. That was cut for like maybe like a second or two in this version. I don't know why. And then he goes to Russia, and the guy that's basically talking about how how we need your help. That guy was speaking in Russian, so that's dubbed over in English in here, and also the guy that he works for. I think it's Grega. I think that's how his name is pronounced. Something like that. Gregor. Yeah, I think it's Gregor. Something. His voice sounds a little bit different in the. I've seen clips of the original, Hong Kong version, like not like on this particular copy. Of course, it's all dubbed in Mandarin, but like you can watch the full like cut of it online, but it's no subtitles, so you're not gonna understand it if you've not seen the movie before. But his voice sounds a lot different than it is in this, so you can tell that they probably had like a. Or maybe it's the same actor, I don't know, but he had like a like a different type of accent than he did in this movie. And there's times where he's speaking in Russian. You can tell because it's dubbed over, but he's speaking in his language, his native language in this cut of the movie. And there's also like seconds taken from like the ladder fight sequences. Well, sequence I should say, not sequences. That's only for one scene. But like there's like seconds taken away that were in this that I felt like should have stayed in the American cut, but they cut it out for some reason. I don't know why. Um, it just felt kind of weird to me. And there was also like um, like the scene where like the two thugs come in and everything, and the dialogue is a little bit different, and they speak Russian as well, and you don't really see them like you just hear them say, "Now kill him, not yet. Let's have some fun first." Like the guy basically, the guy that comes in, like says, kill him, and he says, how like not yet, like I wanna have some fun and everything. So that's a little bit different. And of course, there's like a little bit difference in the chase between the two thugs. Like a third guy comes in because he knocks out one of the other ones. Where he hides from them and he's under the umbrella. Like it's like a couple seconds of them, not really knowing where he is. So they go and under the umbrella and they find him and everything, which is a pretty funny scene. And there was also like a little bit more seconds taken where like he's on top of the building and he's jumping from ledge to ledge, and there's like seconds taken away from there because like he goes from like one section to the next. You don't really see that in the international version. Like it just goes boom, boom to like he's going on top of a building and then he's where he is, which is actually like a couple seconds, maybe like a minute or so taken out, and then um, you know for some reason, like they also like where they say how like go get him, and he says like you go and get him. Like as he says, like as soon as after he says that, he ends up going away, and why they didn't keep that in the American release, I don't know. And then of course, when Jackie is jumping like to the bottom, and he's knocking on the window and everything, and the lady in the bathtub comes out. She thinks it's her husband or something, but she just says, "Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?" Instead of saying like, "Who is it?" Like, "Honey, is that you? Hello." Like that's what was said in the American release version, but she just said, "Who is it? Who is it?" a couple times, and then of course shrieks and then says like, "Who are you?" and everything, and that was changed for some reason, and that was when he's in Australia, and it's an Australian lady, and he says he's the window cleaner, and that's a pretty funny scene. And then when he goes and grabs the husband's clothes, like the husband's like, "Who are you?" and he says that how he's the dry cleaner, and then he calls his wife, and then she comes out, and and he's like, "Who is that man?" And he says like she was like, "He's the window cleaner," and he's like, "He told me he was the dry cleaner," and that's a pretty funny scene, and they cut that out in the international version for whatever reason. I don't know why. I guess it's because of pacing, or they thought it wasn't that important. I don't know. It wasn't that much longer. It was maybe like a couple seconds more. So they could have kept that in there. And just like with the little bits that they took out of the fight, because they stop for like a little bit and then they go back to fighting again. I thought that was funny. Yeah, and the dialogue is a little bit different because and also like when she finds out that her father was murdered, and they think that Jackie did it, and they're all trying to kill him basically because they think that he's the one who did it. Um, she's like while she's crying, like while she gets up and she says it's you in the international version. She actually didn't say a word, and it was just dubbed in automatically. Like her mouth didn't even move. So why they did that, I don't know. And they also say, well, she says like in the original version, you know, something like that. How like you killed my father, like, and now you're trying to kill my brother too. Like just what did we do to you, and stuff like that. That was cut, and then when Alan is tell her friend Alan, friend of the family, uh, when like he pretty much signals his buddies to pretty much take a hold of him, like he doesn't even say anything. Like he just gives like the hand signal, but again it's dubbed over into saying get him, but he doesn't even say anything. So I thought that was kind of weird too. I mean, I never really noticed all that stuff when I was a kid growing up, because when you're a kid, you don't really care about that stuff. But noticing it now as I'm older, I find that to be kind of weird. You know what I mean? And the runtime for the international version is 84 minutes, and the um, uh, Hong Kong version is an hour and 47 minutes long, and it has his theme song at the very end of the film, and it's just music um, at the end of the movie where the outtakes. There's like the Chinese credits at the end. Of course, there's no Chinese credits. There's credits after the outtakes are over, which includes more music. And so if you take out the credits, it's really like maybe like an hour and 15 minutes total, pretty much. And they cut out like 20 minutes of footage from the. They pretty much butchered the hell out of this movie to release it here in America. And there's also like a good variety of other changes, and um, apparently like Annie is speaking Mandarin and Jackie's speaking Mandarin when he talks to Soy, her brother, um, who did some dirty work and stuff like that. Um, and like and then there's like it's not said in either of these copies, but he says how like when they go to the park, like after he makes him get butt ass naked, and saying how like now we can talk, and he says, "Do you speak Mandarin?" And he says yes, and that's how they talk in Mandarin and everything. And you hear Gregor on the phone in the international version, but you don't hear him on the phone in this version. So that was a little interesting. I guess they want to do something a little bit different with that, maybe. Which I mean, I don't really care about that. Like I thought that was fine. Um, but I mean, some people might have an issue, but I was, sort of like, whatever it is, what it is with it. But yeah, and there's also some scenes that were underwater, like where he's like in the like where he's like in with the shark and everything. Like there's like a sequence that was cut where one of them gets eaten and everything. I mean, two of them get eaten. In this case, it's actually I think three or four in the original version. So you see one of them die in this version, but it was cut out for whatever reason. And um, yeah, I think that the Hong Kong version is a lot better. And also, there was also a sequence that was cut out completely where Jackie, where like he's like trying to get some change to make a phone call, and he's trying to get some ladies to get him some money and everything, and he's walking like this, like with the ladies that are walking like that, which is a pretty funny scene. And um, you know, the lady gives him a newspaper and everything, and she's running away with her kid. Um, he doesn't know why, but we know because he's in the paper for being the quote unquote alleged suspect for the murder of Annie and Soy's father and everything. And I thought that was pretty funny. Like he says, thank you for, because when she says, keep it, meaning the newspaper, you know, he says that she's a nice lady and everything, which is nice. And I just find that scene to be pretty funny, and I heard some people say they actually saw that on TV when they had it on TV before. So, and I've also noticed that too. Like, why did they show like the stuff that was cut out from the actual cut, um, but they showed on TV? Like, I don't get that. Like, maybe can somebody answer me that? But I don't know why. And there's also a good majority of other, changes too that I can go on and on about. You can also look on movie censorship. which is a good website that'll basically compare like the cuts, like the international cut and the Hong Kong cut. So if there was anything that I've missed, feel free to let me know. It's been a while since I've watched this cut, so I apologize if I can't, give every like specific detail. But I don't think every specific detail is very important. I'm just telling you like um, like the major differences and stuff like that. Just like with this, I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot to say about it because it wasn't trimmed severely as this one is for the American version, that is. So if any of you guys are looking for seeing Jackie Chan's First Strike, definitely go watch it. You can watch the full Hong Kong release. That's not going to be in Mandarin like it is on this copy, but yeah, Warner Archive. Since Warner Brothers released this Blu-ray, they need to work with the Archive or 88 Films. Somebody needs to get the rights to this version and have a Blu-ray release that has this version and this version on it. Do something because this is the version a lot of people want. A lot of people are sick of seeing this version over and over again, and I don't blame them because this is definitely the go-to version in my opinion. So if you want to see the original version, go check it out. You'll probably never find it because it's very hard to come by. It's going to be worth quite a bit of money too. So, but it was well worth it for me. I'm a Jackie Chan fan, so I had to do it. And plus, it was my birthday, so I had to spoil myself for my birthday, of course. But if you find this one on Blu-ray, pick it up. I mean, you can find it very, very cheap. And same with the DVD too. If you find it on DVD, I recommend grabbing it. And hell, I'm selling my DVD because I'm only keeping these two. And if they release it on Blu-ray, I'll probably give away this maybe to somebody else if it comes out to Blu-ray, which hopefully it will soon. So 88 Films, Warner Brothers Archive. If you're watching this, please release this version on Blu-ray and. Have it where it's the original languages like Ukrainian, Russian, English, Chinese, Mandarin, everything, and um, that would do us all a favor. And hopefully, you guys watch this, and hopefully, you guys will do that one of these days. And please do so because we definitely deserve it for being Jackie Chan fans that we are, because you guys have been doing it for Drunken Master 2. Project A, stuff like that. You need to do this one next. And Rumble in the Bronx. You need to do Rumble in the Bronx too. It's probably more ideal for them to do it under Warner Brother Archive because they've already released it before. So I think it's like the rights that's tied in with Warner Brothers. So I think that's probably more ideal. Like if they were the ones that released this one and Rumble in the Bronx, and probably Who Am I would probably be a good one too to release. But yeah, they just need to release the original cut on something to make it more affordable because this goes for a shit ton of money right now, and it's very, very rare, and you'll likely never find it unless you dug around and looked for a copy. And yeah, here's the back, which has some pretty nice pictures, and disc art is pretty nice too. It's a picture of Jackie right there. It doesn't have a whole lot of features on it, really. Same with this too. Like it doesn't have a lot of features. It's only like maybe like a trailer or something, and a trailer here too. So the additions are pretty much plain Jane. Hopefully when they do a release of it soon, if they ever do, which I really hope they do. So I hope you guys consider this 88 Films, Arrow Video, Warner Archive, whatever. If you guys are watching this, please make a copy of this. That would definitely make my day. And it'd be nice to see more of like behind the scenes stuff and stuff like that too. So I think that'd be great for another release for this. That would be more affordable and have it in Blu-ray Blu-ray format, I should say. But yeah, the Blu-ray doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good. But I just want a release that has the original Hong Kong cut and the original cut, or maybe even just do the Hong Kong cut itself, and then maybe just leave the regular Blu-ray as it is, or just have the original cut, or have both of them like Mr. Nice Guy did. you know, I think it'd be cool. But anyway, sorry, I know it's a long video, but I just wanted to talk about that. I know I'm going on my tangents and everything, but that's just how I feel. I want this movie to have a proper release. Because I know a lot of fans are very disappointed that they're stuck with the international cut and they want the actual full on cut, which is how it was meant to be seen. And I understand that, and I'm definitely one of them. Even though I already have the original cut, I want to have a better release of it. That's just how I feel. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for going on the tangents and everything. I just wanted to get that out of the way and wanted to express my opinion and what I think and everything. But yeah, the Hong Kong version is much, much better than the Americanized version of it. So if you want to check it out, you can find it online. You can watch it online. It won't have any subtitles though. It'll be the original dialect. I have all the languages in there, like I said before, but you just won't have any subtitles. So you can type it in online. Just type in Toy Story 4 First Strike Hong Kong version, and you'll be able to find it there. I forget the name of the website, but I know it's up there. So if you guys want to check it out, feel free to. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hope everyone's doing well. I appreciate all the subscribers coming and going. I appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate all the support I've been getting pretty recently. I know I'm not on here a whole lot than I used to be, but it's what it is. I got my own life. I've been busy working, a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.